Okay, so we're just going to start with a nice dynamic warm-up. So all I want you to do is just take a nice deep breath, send your feet out wide, and inhale, fill it up. And you're just going to sink into your knees and inhale, fill, and exhale, release, and inhale, fill. And normally I would use music, but in order to add workouts to YouTube, you have to only use music that's been approved by YouTube or get a clearance for that. And I don't count that, so let's go. Inhale, fill, and exhale, empty. Two more. Inhale, reach, and exhale, release, and inhale, reach, and exhale, release. Inhale, reach, just your right arm. Bend over to your left knee and reach, and lift. Over to your right, and then you reach to your left, and then over to your right. And you're just shifting your hips from one side to the other. And reach, and out. And reach, and out. Other side. Ready? Left arm out. Then you reach when you move to your right. Reach, and over. And reach, and over. And reach, and over. Reach, stretch over. One more time. Reach, stretch over. Take your toes wide. Sit into a nice low squat. Bring your right shoulder forward. Roll it back. Bring your left shoulder forward. Roll it back. Right and lift. Left and lift. Right and lift. Left. Lift. Right one more time. Lift and left. And left. Press off your legs and reach up top. Exhale, take your right arm forward. Reach forward, reaching across your body. Ready, all the way over and all the way out. All the way over, open palm, reach out. All the way over and out, one more. Over and out. Left side, reach out. Now across, out and across, out and across, reach out, cross, one more time, out and cross. Inhale, center. Take your heels, move them in. Take a deep breath. Turn your palms to the sky, lift out of the sides of your waist. Stretch it over to your left. Peek under your right arm. Inhale up top. Stretch over to your right. Peek under your left. Inhale, lift up. Legs are in a triangle shape. You're going to turn that triangle to your left. Your right heel is reaching down. You're going to reach straight out front. Lift those hips up and back, lengthening the hamstring. Bend your left knee. Reach up top. Lift your right heel. Sink it down. Lengthen your left leg again. Reach out front. Bend your left knee. Reach up top. Lift your right heel. Sink it down. Release your arms. Take a deep breath. Inhale, come out to your center. Here are those triangles again. We rotate them to the left, right. Left heel reaching down, both legs straight. Exhale, we go forward. We lift that right hip up and back. We bend the right knee. Reach up top. Lift your left heel. Lower down. Lengthen your right leg. Hinge forward. Long spine here. Bend that right knee. Reach up top. Lift your left heel. Sink it back. Release your arms. Come back to your center. Take a deep breath. Exhale, let it go. Roll your shoulders away. And away. One more time. Keep your arms behind. Soft elbows lift up and away. Spread open your collarbones and move your gaze up. Open the chest. Breathe, inhale. Exhale, release. One more deep breath. And let it go. Relax your shoulders back. Come back to your center. All right, we're going to grab our weights. So our first one, we're going to be working our back. So you would go with the heavier weight when you're using a larger muscle group. So even if you just have like these weights that you put on a bar, I like to use them, just stick a finger through the middle, right? You can use a tubing here under your front leg, whatever works for you. So what I want you to do is step your left foot forward and bring your right toe behind you. Now this left knee is going to stay straight up over our ankle. You're going to reach your arms down to the side. And then you're going to lift up, squeezing between your shoulder blades. And then reach down. Exhale, squeeze. So this is bent over row. Reach down. Squeeze up. Reach down. Squeeze up. Reach down. Let's add that leg. Squeeze up, lift right leg. Tap down, release. Squeeze up, left. Use your glute there. Tap down. Squeeze up, lift. 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 Tap down. Really squeeze between those shoulder blades. Lift that right leg back. Squeeze up, lift. Tap down. Squeeze up, lift. Tap down. Squeeze up, lift. One more. Squeeze up, left. Tap down. Lift your torso. Step your right foot in. Walk things out a little bit. Take a deep breath. Other side. Right leg forward. Left toe back. Right knee is bent. Arms are reaching out. Exhale, we squeeze. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, down. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, down. Exhale, squeeze. When you're ready, that left leg. Squeeze, lift. Tap down. Squeeze, lift. Tap down. So you're pressing out of your right hip. Squeezing up. Tap down. Squeeze up. Right knee is still over your ankle. Squeeze, lift. Tap down. Exhale, up. Inhale, down. Exhale, squeeze. Release. When you get fatigued, you take that part out. Lift it up. Release it down. Lift it up. Release it down. Squeeze. Tap. Squeeze, press. Tap. Squeeze, press. One more. Squeeze up. Release. Lift your torso. Step forward. Weights down. Deep breath. Nice. So, hands move to your knees. Drop your rib cage down. Low, low, low. Right? So you should already feel that lower back start to lengthen. You're going to tuck your chin round like your cat spine. Hold it. Open that space between your shoulder blades. Release your rib cage down. Again, round and release. Round all the way up. Shoulders back. Take a deep breath. All right, exhale, let it go. This time we're working chest. Choose again the weights that work best for you. Maybe just 3 or 5 pounders, maybe a little more if you're trying to build extra muscle, but remember, take a break when you need it. Step your feet out wide, right? So my heels are much wider than my hips here. My arms are coming up, what we call our T-bone arms here. Now you're going to sit into your heels and squeeze your elbows towards center. And then you come up and you pull those elbows up. Now when you come up, make sure you're not locking your knees up. Keep them a little soft. Exhale, we squeeze. Inhale, we lift. Exhale. Inhale. Really drop that tailbone. Knees end up straight over your ankles toward your toes. And out. Squeeze. And out. Squeeze. And out. If you want to build, squeeze, hold. Lift your heels, lift your elbows. Heels down, release. Ready? Squeeze. Heels up. Heels down, open. Squeeze. Heels up, heels down, open. Squeeze, heels up, heels down, open press. Squeeze, up, down, open. Squeeze, up, down, open. Take your time with it. You don't have to go the same speed as me. Squeeze, lift, down, wide. Squeeze, lift, down, wide. Squeeze, lift, down, open. One more. Squeeze, lift, down, open, release. Those weights down. Sway your upper body. Let your hips go. Breathe. Grab some water anytime. Bring my timer closer to me. So I'm doing about 1 minute intervals. Take your palms open, reach wide, expand that chest space. Should feel good. Release, roll it back and back. Let your arms drop behind, drop your ear to your shoulder. Roll it across, other shoulder. So if you feel like you need more recovery time, you're always welcome to take more time. Great thing about videos, right, when it comes out on video, you can pause it, find your breath, grab some water, change over the laundry, whatever you need to do, right? All right, so our next one is curtsy lunge with a shoulder raise. So we did back, we did chest, larger muscle groups. Shoulders aren't as big, so you might have to have less weight. We're going to be alternating sides here. So move over to your right. Arms are going to be down to the side with palms facing in. You're going to step to your left, lift your shoulders, take your right leg, you do a curtsy behind, and then you bring your arms in. Then you go out to your right, left leg goes behind, and you come up. Ready? Out and lift, behind. Drop into your hips here. Ready? Curtsy and center. Curtsy and center. Exhale. Inhale, tall each time. Exhale, side shoulder raise, release. Lift, release. Lift, release. Step behind, lift, behind, lift, behind. So as I said earlier, right, maybe this bothers a knee injury. Maybe you step lift side, right, instead, because it bothers your knee to curtsy. Make any alternatives you need to. Lift, tall, lift, center, lift. We got time for one more set. Over to your left, lift, and over to your right. And lift. Beautiful. Let those arms go. Deep breath. Let those arms sway. Right, just shaking out those shoulders. Take a deep inhale. Release your arms to the side. Bring your left arm straight across your chest. Bring your right arm underneath. Hug it over. Drop your ear to your right shoulder. Long inhale. Exhale, let it go. Release. Right arm across. Try to keep your elbows straight as you can. Square your shoulders and hips. Drop your ear to the left. Deep breath. And release. Shoulders high. Just drop them down. Let them go. Beautiful. Little hip stretch. Cross your right ankle over your left. Reach your right arm up. Stretch it over to the side. Turning the palm. Push the right hip away. Release. Left crosses over right. Left arm lifts. Left hip pushes away. Long side body. Come back to your center and release. Beautiful. All right. All right, let's warm up that waistline a little bit. I'm going to just take one weight in my hands and hold it on my chest. We're going single side here. So step your left leg forward, step your right foot back. So left knee straight over the ankle. You're going to lift that right heel and you're going to sink down into a lunge, a reverse lunge. Then you're going to push off your left foot, bring your right knee up, and turn your left shoulder toward it. So we're going to work those obliques with it. And then we step back, sink. Push up, take your time, turn. Step back, lift, turn, step, lift, turn. Really drive off that left heel. If you need to tap the toe down, right, because you can't get that knee up and balance, go ahead, right? Just tap it in, turn, center. Step, lift, turn. Step, lift, turn. Take your time with it. Find your core. Tone your belly space. Push strong off that left leg. So we get that left glute, right? Those rotators, obliques. Step, turn, step. Make sure your chin stays aligned with that weight. Step, turn, one more, step, and turn. March it up. Deep breath. Let's do the other side. Again, if you need extra time, take it. Elbows out, shoulders relaxed, center your chest. Any kind of weight you like, or you can do it without the weight as well. Weight on your right foot, left foot back. Shut that right knee straight up. Lift that left heel, sink down. Push off your right leg. Left knee up, we turn right shoulder. We step into our lunge. Push off, turn. Step back. Push off, turn. Take your time, find your balance. Tap in when you need to, then you can always lift that knee up. Turn. Step. Push right, turn. Make sure you're turning your whole upper body, not letting that weight leave your chest. Step. Push, turn. Step. Push strong. Step. Push, turn. Step. Make sure you're sinking that tailbone with each lunge, stacking your shoulders over your hips. Good form. Take a break when your form breaks. Can we get two more? One more. Nice. Step it down. Shake it out. Deep breath. Let it go. Feet out wide. Shift over to your hip, lifting your right toe. So you shift to your left, left knee straight up, tailbone back. Reach toward that right toe. Breathe. Shift over to your right hip. Hold the knee back. Send your tailbone back. Reach toward your left toe. Breathe. Back to your center. Hip shift side to side. Heel toe in. Full inhale. Full exhale. Roll those shoulders back. All right, we're bringing it down to our mat. Push-ups. Woo woo! You guys know your variations of push-ups? We're doing wide arms this time. So thumbs line up with middle of chest. You can do knees or you can do toes. You're going to take a long inhale at the top. On your exhale, you bring it down. Lengthen through your neck. Do as many as you can to the point of fatigue, right? And then maybe you bring your knees down, do a couple more. Or maybe just sit back in child's pose for a couple. Chin off the chest, neck is long. Do it at your pace. Each push strong. Chin off the chest, neck long. Tone your belly in. You got 10 seconds. Do what you can. 5, 3, 2, and sit back. Let your forehead rest. Let your arms reach forward. Let your tailbone reach back. Grab some water if you need it. Look at my notes. Ooh, good one. All right, let's bring it back up. We're going to be doing biceps and shoulder press. So smaller weight, probably, right? Because that shoulder press is a hard one. So you're going to stand in your traditional squat position. Your outer pinky toes and your outer hips should be fairly aligned. You're going to take a deep breath. You're going to roll those shoulders back. You're going to bring your arms forward. Now, we're going to do hammer curls here. So our palms are facing toward each other. You're going to sit into your squat and pull those arms up. Now, squeeze your inner thighs a little bit and make sure the sides of your waist are tall. Make sure you're not here. Right? Tall. Lift. Sit. Lift. Sit. Squeeze up through your glutes. All right, you ready to build on that? Here we go. We sit, we come up, we keep our arms here. We lift our heels, reach the arms to the ears. We bring it down with the heels. We squat, lift, press, down. Squat, bicep, press, down. Squat, lift, press up with your heels, release. Curl, shoulders, down. Squat, lift, heel raise, release. Squat, up, press, release. Get those calves in there. Lift those heels high. Find balance. Sit, curl, lift, down. Sit, curl, lift, down. Sit, curl, lift. 2, sit, curl, lift. 1 more. Sit, curl, lift, release. Breathe. Good work. Take your right hand forward, palm up. Drop your fingertips down. Use your left hand to draw your fingertips back and then try to lengthen your elbow. Make sure your hand's below your shoulder. Should feel that nice stretch down that arm. Breathe. Release. Left hand, palm up, fingertips down, draw back, lengthen the elbow. Again, below the shoulder. Release, roll those shoulders back. Bring your hands behind, lift away from your back to get that shoulder stretch in the front. And release. All right. Next one. I'm going with a little bit heavier weight. Choose whatever works for you. If your arms are getting really tired, right, you go lower so that you can get through it. All right, we're going a side lunge with an upright row to a knee balance. That sounds like so much fun, Teresa. Thanks, guys. Here we go. So you're going to have your arms out in front of your thighs. You're going to start over to the right of your mat. You're going to step down to a side lunge, and you're going to lift those arms up to your elbows. You're going to bring your elbows in, lift your knee up. Ready? You're going to step to your right. You're going to curl up. Oop, sorry, I forgot which one we're doing. Sorry, okay, here we go. Step to your left, upright row, elbows in, lift the knee. Step out, upright row, elbows in, knee up. Step, upright, elbows in. Step, really sink into that right hip. Oh, row up, I'm forgetting the row. Elbows in. Step, row, knee. Step, row, knee up. Step, row, knee up, elbows in. Step, row, elbows in, knee up. Step, row, elbows in, knee balance. 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 Step, row up, elbows in, knee up. Step, row, elbows in, knee balance. Step, row, knee. Step, row, knee up. Step, row, knee. And step, row, knee. Release. March it out. Good work. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Deep breath. Let it go. Shoulders only. Let it go. Roll it back and back. Take that right hand onto your left shoulder. Push the elbow across. Right? Back of the shoulder, upper back space. Turn your chin to your left and drop it down. Release. Left hand, right shoulder. Push it across. Turn, look to your right. Drop your chin down. Release. All right, we're bringing it down to the floor. I'm going to bring one weight with me. You might choose not to use a weight here. So what I want you to do is bring your big toes to touch. And then drop your knees out like butterfly. So now you're on the pinky toe side of your foot. You're going to take your arms and reach over the top of your head. Now our shoulder blades are flat to the floor. You're going to squeeze, lift your hips up for a butterfly bridge. This will really squeeze that glute space. Then you bring it down, you bring the weight forward, you crunch up. You bring it down, arms over, hips up, squeeze, down, arms forward, crunch, release, over, hips up. And this can be done without the weight as well, your choice. Squeeze, release, hips, down, forward, crunch, arms over, hips. Squeeze those glutes as your hips come up, roll your shoulders, release down. Squeeze, lower, arms, lift, arms over. Squeeze, lower, arms forward, lift, arms over. Squeeze. So if this is too much for your hips and these butterfly legs, right, just step your feet out, go to your more traditional bridge, right? Same motion. Squeeze, lower, arms, shoulders, release, hips up, hips down, arms forward, crunch, release, arms over, hips up, down, arms forward, crunch, one more, arms over, hips up, hips down, forward, crunch, release. Take those legs up. Give them a shake. Put your weight to the side. Bring your right knee up. Give it a hug, squeeze. Release it down. Left knee and hug squeeze. Right, so if you're doing this workout on your own, you can always take more time for those releases. I'm going to do a deeper stretch for everything at the end, but if you need more in between, go ahead. So we're going to bring our torso up. So I mentioned having a chair earlier. So for your tricep dips, let me just show you some different options. If you're on the floor, your fingertips are either pointed straight forward toward your feet or a little tiny turn out to the side to release some of the wrist. Make sure your hands are not back here because that's going to lock your elbows. You're going to lift your hips up, you're going to bend your elbows. So you just bend, straighten, bend, straighten. I'll give you the option of doing up knee, right? So you can go there. I know you're still in recovery here for a minute, right? With a chair. Hands are to the side. You walk your feet out, right? Right, so you can go deeper. You can do this on the end of your couch or a chair if you have arms to your chair, right? Same thing, you can go up, lift the knee, dip, lift, all right? So choose your space. Take a deep breath. All right, oh my gosh. We are running out of time, people. All right, ready? Fingertips facing forward, elbows back, and then you press. Back, you drop the tailbone, you push. Back, push. If you want that knee, up, lift your right, down, up, down, right, down, left, down, right. Now triceps are a smaller muscle group and we're lifting quite a bit of upper body weight here, so we don't have to do many, right? Take it to fatigue. Straighten out those arms each time. Dip that tailbone down. 2 more. 1 more. Release back. Ah. So either sitting on the floor or in your chair. Take your right arm to the sky. Bring it behind your head. Nudge your elbow up. Push your elbow against your fingertips. So you're pushing your elbow out, but your fingertips are pulling the elbow in. Lengthening that tricep. And release. Other side, up, behind the head, lift the elbow up. Now the elbow pushes against the fingertips pull the elbow over. Lift out of your chin space. Breathe. And let it go. And release. Everyone good? I hope so. All right. Round 2, we're just gonna go through it. We're gonna shorten our intervals, right? Because our bodies has a lot of fatigue to it now. So it's gonna take less time to bring it back to those points of fatigue. Take a breath, grab some water. And when you're ready, grab your weights. We start with that bent over row with single leg lift. So last time we lifted our right leg first. This time I'm going with my left leg back. My right leg is forward. My arms are reaching down. I'm going to squeeze between those shoulder blades, lifting that left toe. Then tap down. Squeeze. We're pushing off that right heel. Squeeze in between the shoulder blades, lifting that left leg. Squeeze up. Release. Squeeze, press. Release. Squeeze, press. Really stand out of that right hip. Use that glute. 2 more. 1 more. Squeeze, step left. Right foot back. Ready? Push off left, squeeze, lift, release. Squeeze, lift, release. Stand out of that left hip. Pull those elbows up. Squeeze that space between your shoulder blades. Exhale, squeeze. Take your time with it. Get your balance. Squeeze, push, release, squeeze, release, squeeze. 2 more, squeeze, 1 more, and release. Sorry, the bunny rabbit just came up. He pulled an ornament off the tree and is having a little wrestling match. Good thing it's just a plastic. Let your arms go. So we're going to go through these a little quicker so we can get to our recovery time. All right. Chest flies, wide squat. Toes out, arms up. Again, I'm going to shorten the set. Make sure your knees are tracking toward your toes. Ready? Squeeze, elbows up, heels up, down, release. In, lift, down, out. In, lift, down, out. In, lift, down, out. Come up onto those toes. Squeeze. Out. Lift. Out. Up. 2. Up. 1 more. And out. Release. Breathe. Ha! Good job. Shake out those arms. Give it a little sweat. Little smaller weights. That curtsy lunge, shoulder raise. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Here we go. You're going to step over to your left. Those arms come up. You curtsy. You come squat to your right. Curtsy, lift. Up, left, lift, right, lift, left, lift, right. Again, take your time. Find that stillness in your body, that strong carriage. You can slow it down. Step and lift, step and lift, step and lift, step. 1 more each side. Left and lift, right and lift. Breathe. Shake it up. Shoulder rolls, neck rolls, whatever your body feels like it needs. Keep losing my timer. Well, time's up. All right, back lunge with obliques. Right, so I just did a single weight to the chest. If you have a medicine ball, great place for it here. Shoulders back. Settle your feet. Step your right foot back, sink down. Ready, lift, turn toward it. Step back, lift, turn, step back. Now when you step back, make sure you're taking your shoulders back over your hips. Then you turn. Sink and turn. Sink and turn. Sink, ball stays to your chest. Rotate the whole waist. 1 more. Step and turn. Ready? Other side. Left leg back. Sink down. Lift, turn. Step. Turn. Step. Remember, find a pace that works for you, that you can find your balance. Make that rotation. Make sure you pull those shoulders over the hips each time. Push off that right leg. Use that glute. 3, 2, turn. 1 more. Release. Woo! That's a heavy medicine ball. Feel that. Take a deep breath. Bring it down to your mat. I know I'm rushing through these. Hopefully you'll take more time. You do it on your own. Bring in your breath back in between. Doing deeper releases. We'll walk our hands forward. Settle back into those hips. Find your breath. This set of push-ups give you the choice between those wide arms or your tricep ones, like your hovers. Whatever feels good for you. Hands forward. Here we go. Knees or toes. Or as many as you can on your toes, then toes to knees. Ready? Push. Long neck. Tone belly space. Keep those hips up. Keep your chin off your chest. Good form, right? Bring your knees down when you need to. Come back to toes. Down, knees, push, up. Got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Release. Deep breath. Right, so you should feel like you're getting some cardio work in here too. And remember, when you're doing weight training workouts, you want to build muscle. Your body needs to have protein in your system in order to build muscle. So you don't want to have a Pop-Tart for breakfast, not that any of you would, or just have coffee, right? Get something with some protein in it. Remember, your whole grains have proteins too. Oatmeal, right? Any of your dairy products, all of your animal products, of course. Nuts, right? Put some nuts on your oatmeal. Spread your toast with almond butter, things like that. So nuts, seeds, all of those have those proteins in them as well. All right. Squat, bicep curl. Here we go. So again, I'm using smaller weights because we're doing that shoulder press with these. Our feet are hip distance apart. We have our hands in hammer curl. Ready? We squat. We come up. We lift our heels. We press. Down. Squeeze. Press. Release. Down. Biceps. Lift. Make sure your knees are going straight ahead. Lift. Press. Down. Down. Squeeze. Press. Release. Down, squeeze, press, release. Down, squeeze, press, release. Down, squeeze, press, 2. Down, squeeze, lift those heels. Down, squeeze, press, release. Breathe, water. All right. Side lunge, upright row, right? And then we hold those arms up, find that knee balance. I'll start over on my left. Arms out to the side. Ready? You do a nice deep side lunge, row, elbows in, knee up. Step, row, knee balance. Step, row, knee balance. Get tall. Step, row, elbows in, knee balance. Step, row, elbows in, knee balance. Step, row, elbows in. Step, row, elbows in. Step, row, elbows in. Step, row, up. One more. Step, row, and to your right. Step, row, lift, and left, because we started up and in. Release. Good work. All right, last 2. We're back down to the floor. Maybe you have a weight with you. You can also, if you have a small disc weight, right, that works nicely here as well. Just don't drop it on your head. Come down to your back. Bring your big toes together. Let your knees drop out. Arms over the top. Take a deep breath, inhale. Ready? Squeeze your glutes, tuck your belly, lift your hips up. Bring it down. Come forward, crunch, right? So we can add variation. Arms up, hips, down, crunch, release. Hips, down, crunch, right? So if your arms are tired from this overhead, right? Then you might just keep your arms up. So you don't have to do that. Pull forward. Your choice. Hips. Lift. Hips. Crunch. Hips. Crunch. Hips. Crunch. Hips. Crunch. One more. Hips. Comes bunny and crunch. and release. Bunny needs a workout. You see him by my feet. Bring your knees in. Rock yourself up. Just extend your legs out and do a forward stretch. Just take a quick breath. All right, we got those tricep dips. This is your last one. So again, fingertips are pointed in. Maybe you're up on a chair. Now, if you choose to be down on the floor or upright, if you want to add difficulty to it, you might keep your legs extended. You push your heels down. You lift your hips up. You bend your elbows. You push. Come down. You can come down whenever you like, or you stay up. Elbows. Push. Push. Elbows are going straight back. Remember, you can bring your knees in. Tabletop. Push. Push. Focus on the bend of the elbow, the lengthening of the arms. Shoulders back. So if that bothers your shoulder for tricep work, right, you might do this, right? You bend, you extend, right? But your shoulders don't have the weight of your body here, right? So that's just an alternative tricep extension, right? It can also be done here. Extend, bend, extend, bend, right? So my shoulder isn't moving, so I'm not getting torque on the shoulder, right? And then you can go to the other side. Bend, extend, right? 3, 2, so just think about those as alternatives that you can use anytime, right? So when you think about doing this workout on your own, maybe you have a notepad next to you. And when you do it, you say, 5-pound weights, alternate tricep extension, right? Because you could be here. Right, left, or both together, right? Substitute what works for your body. I know I didn't have time to, during the workout, give every alternative. I'm happy to help you find alternatives. If there was some movement that your body didn't like, let me know. I will show you some substitutions. All right, let's take a nice deep breath. Slowly let it go. Inhale, fill it up. Exhale, let it go. So these nice, deep, slow breaths to bring the heart rate down, to bring lots of oxygen into our muscles. Allow them to relax. One more time. Fill it up. And do that sigh. Beautiful. This time, fill it up, reach tall. Take your right toe and turn it to the right. Lift your left heel. Bring your hands to your right thigh and just send that left heel back. Reaching it toward the floor. So that heel should not be all the way down on the floor. If it is, wiggle it back further. So you're really reaching, lengthening the calf. Now take your shoulders straight up over your hips, or maybe even a little further back. So you start feeling the length through the front of the hip. Then release, bring your fingertips to the floor. Bring that left knee down, drop your toe, press your hip forward. Now when you reach your right hand back, bend your left knee and see if you can pull your heel toward your glute. Now if that doesn't work, you don't have that back, walk your right foot further forward and then just lean forward, pulling that left heel into your glute without the ankle grab. You should feel that stretch down the front of the hip into your quad, and you should be above your kneecap. Maybe your left hand reaches back, right? A little more room there. Take whatever works for you. Breathe. Release that left foot. Bring your right hand to the outside of your right leg. Take your right foot, tuck it forward, and sink into that right hip. Let your chest drop over your thighs, right, for pigeon. Maybe let your arms just relax to the back or fold them under your forehead. Now, send your left hip toward your right heel. Right, so shifting a little over to the left, you should feel that deepen, that reach of your right sits bone toward the floor. Long inhale, long exhale. Then we'll bring our hands to both sides of that right knee. You'll tuck your left toe, step your right foot back, and lift into down dog. Pedal your heels up and down. So hopefully here, right, that right glute and back of leg should be looser than your left. Then we'll look forward. We'll step the left foot to the front. Move your hands to your left thigh. Then you lift your shoulders up. You take that right heel and you reach it back. Now you're pressing the front of your right hip forward, kind of leaning your shoulders back, or at least stacking them over your hips. So you feel the lengthening through the front of your right hip and into that right calf. Really reach that heel back. Then we'll bring hands down to the floor and lower the right knee. Drop the toes down. Right? Maybe you like that lower position. You just crawl your left foot forward. You bring your hands over to that right side and bend that right knee in toward your glute. The hip is still reaching forward. Maybe that right hand reaches back and pulls that heel in even closer. Remember, your alternative is left hand reaches to right heel, pulling it in toward your glute. Your right hand is down on the floor under the shoulder. Make sure that left shoulder is rotated up if you're reaching back there. But you don't want to have it forward with your palm facing in, palm facing out, shoulder open. So wherever that works for you. Then we'll lower that right toe down. Shift your hips back so you can take that left foot in front of your right knee. The left knee comes down. You slide the hips over that space and you let your forehead rest. Now, maybe you need to shift your right hip further over toward your left heel. So you really feel that last sits bone reaching back and reaching down. You're stretching through that glute space, lower back, and we breathe. One more inhale and exhale. And then we walk our hands in, tuck your right toes, lift the knees, send that left heel back, and find that down dog. So hopefully those two sides now feel more balanced. Maybe you pedal those heels up and down to really release through those hamstrings. You're rotating your biceps forward, reaching the chest through. Nodding your head, peek under each arm. Then bring your knees to the floor. Find any seat that works for you. Take a deep breath. Reach your palms to the sky, lift out of the sides of your waist. Then press your palms forward, drop your chin, round your upper back. Open that space between your shoulder blades. Then take your palms open, reach wide, inhale. And exhale, let it go. Right? Maybe some more shoulder rolls, right? Check in with your body. Different muscle groups are going to feel it more if you're tight in those joints. So you want to make sure that you're not only hydrating, but giving that mobility back to your joints. So thank you, everyone. Let me